Hey guys, what's up? It's Enzo Karas again. Now, I've been back into the dev menu using mods, and not only can you change your suit color. Why can't I change my suit color? Of course, do I need to not be in spectator mode? There we are. You can change your suit color from here, but not only can you do that, but I've also found something pretty cool. Now let me just set myself back to yellow again, and where is it? It's in Voxels and designer tools. We've got a list of all the different voxel materials currently supposedly in the game. I'm not sure if they're actually in the game files, because I haven't been able to actually apply any of these to my voxel hand in-game, but it gives us a pretty interesting look into what they might be adding in the future of the game. So, for example, one of the first things that is incredibly interesting is this thing here, cold magma. Now, you might have seen Luca the Guide put out a video where, in the dev diary, hints at the possibility of a volcano biome coming in the future, and this helped back that up. There's also volcanic rocks, volcanic ashes, and volcanic grass down here. This is even more evidence that the SE2 devs seem to have volcanoes in mind as a possibility. Of course, all they really need to do is just reuse all the code they've already got for water. I'm going to go over here. Is it controls? Yeah, you can change a lot of the properties of the water, like the viscosity. Lava is quite viscous, so you just need to put this slider up for lava. But also in the voxels, designer tools and stuff, there's also coral as well, just underneath the magma. So yeah, corals here, which might hint towards some underwater coral life sort of things. What I really love to see is some fish, and maybe even shrimps, possibly. Wink wink keen. But this would be pretty nice to have some actual stuff underwater, not just being a massive pebbly lake bed for the entire oceans and all that, but yep. So there's also some of the ores for the new ores, like chromium ore and titanium down here, but we've already talked about all the new ores that are possibly being added in the game. But yeah, I haven't actually been on SE2 for quite a while now. There is some new stuff they added, which you've almost certainly all seen, which is the catwalk stairs. To be precise, we've got catwalks in the game, but the two variants. It's very nice that they're reusing stuff from the SE1, and it does seem a little bit wider than the SE1's narrow stairs, or at least you can actually move around to the sides a bit more. And for this one, it's pretty nice as well. What else did they add? Did they add is the half wall new? I can't remember. I know there's also the conveyors. Something interesting about the conveyors is that you can place around the outside. And is this going to be the meta for combat nowadays? It's just going to be, well, not even this. Let me just go over to the... Where's the tiny one? Here we are. So instead of having an ordinary instead of having an ordinary conveyor block, are people just gonna put their little tiny conveyors fully encased in armor like this instead of having to do ordinary conveyors? So this might mess up the balancing for PvP, I'm not entirely sure. This was one of the initial worries I had with the game, the 25cm grid system. Also there's the workshop now, and I've had a quick look on the workshop, and it does seem like some of the bigger builds, they have incredibly high file sizes. There was the Enterprise on there as well. That was almost an entire gigabyte. I'm just hoping that for multiplayer servers, it's not going to require terabytes per second of internet speed and hundreds of gigabytes of RAM just to play on them. So yeah, I mean, there is one PCU for a tiny cube as well. So that kind of balances out already. But yeah, I think the days of having servers like Torch where there's no PCU limit is kind of over for Space Engineers 2. What else have I found in the dev menus? There's also projectiles, yes. So you can shoot bullets. Whoa, that made it set on fire almost immediately. So yeah, hit scan projectiles like this. There's also simulated projectiles without models. It seems to have some sort of model. What happens if I enable my disable my dampeners and then do this? Ooh. Right, so that's just like the debug gun thing that they already had in the game. But something more interesting is shoot exploding simulated projectile with model rocket. So that didn't seem to explode. There we go. So yeah, some of our first sort of explosions in the game. What else can we blow up? I'll blow up this engine block here. It doesn't do a massive amount of damage, but if you like spam it, then it does loads. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's interesting how it's like carved a hole through the ship here. Oh, it must be like shells and stuff in SE1. Kind of annoying because you can't like you have to open the menu and then do this. There we are. Some nice little explosions. But yeah, combat and stuff is going to look lovely in this game. I'm looking forward to it so much. But yep, that's been me, Endar. Just a little show you around. I might maybe have another video coming up tomorrow when the new update, which is... what was it adding again? I'm not entirely sure. It's adding some small stuff to the game, but... or like optimization, I think. I really need to get back into the loop with all this stuff. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do like a little update video tomorrow for the update, and I will see you guys then. Goodbye, everyone.